Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Wait till you hear.
I want to tell him.
I'm gonna.
You ain't either. I am.
You ain't.
I am.
You ain't.
Hold on, Jethro, you tell me.
Well, I forgot.
There's the king coming to stay at the Drysdale's house. King Alexander.
Yeah, now I remember. Let me tell him.
Well, I'm telling him.
You ain't.
I ain't.
Hold on now, Jethro, you tell me.
Well, it's a foreign-sounding name.
King Alexander of Sylvania.
Real live king, huh? No wonder they had so many folks over there fixing and cleaning.
Yeah, Miss Drysdale even hired us.
You do what?
Stay away.
Take that back to her and...
Hey, no, wait a minute, Uncle Jed. We can make a lot of money if you'll just play along.
What you mean?
Well, she said she'd double this if we could keep you and Granny out of sight, too.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning. Get someone to sit in for you. I want you to drive me to the yacht harbor. I'm meeting Margaret down there to pick up King Alexander.
How exciting! And you look so handsome. What is that medallion you're wearing?
Oh, that's Margaret's idea. She thought when I met the king I should be wearing a decoration.
It's very impressive. Where did she get it?
From my den. It's an ashtray. Watch it, Miss Hathaway. I'm up to here with this nobility business, and I haven't even met the royal jerk yet.
Chief, what about Ellie May? Your wife says King Alexander is one of the world's most eligible bachelors. Worldly, handsome, witty, charming.
Look, those things don't count when we're talking about a lifetime companion for my sweet little Ellie.
Well, naturally, he'd need other important qualities to make him a good husband.
Right, and he doesn't have them.
No?
Not a nickel.
That's not what I meant. But why do you say that?
Because I've checked every financial rating book here, and he isn't even listed.
Well, he probably has a secret Swiss bank account. Alexander is the last of the big-time monarchs, always at one resort or another, on a yacht somewhere.
Really?
Yes, I've read that he's worth billions.
Billions? Well, maybe he's a man of good character after all.
Good character or good credit?
There's a difference. Oh, Miss Hathaway, what if the king and Ellie May were to fall in love and there was a merger?
I believe you mean marriage.
Yes, we've got to introduce them right away.
But Chief, it will take time to teach Ellie enough protocol even to meet the king.
Sir Milburn Drysdale, banker to the Royal Majesties. Oh, with the king's billions and the Clampetts' billions in my bank, I can wheel and deal with the big money boys. The Rockefellers, Baron Rothschild, Bing Crosby.
Mr. Drysdale?
Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Howdy, Miss Jane. I'm sorry to bother you, but it's about that king that's coming to visit you.
Not me, you.
Me?
And your family. I told him all about the Clampetts, and he wants to meet you right away.
Chief!
Well, doggy, think of that. Bunch of old sorghum lappers like us rubbing elbows with a real live king.
Oh, Chief!
Something wrong, Miss Jane?
Oh, she's just a little upset because we had planned to surprise you with him.
Oh, well, I reckon that explains the money.
Money?
Yeah, your missus wanted to pay the young'uns to stay away from your house whilst the king was there. I reckon she didn't want them to find out about the surprise.
Of course. And Big Mouth Milburn put his foot in it.
Both feet, and it's too late to pull them out.
Well, we'll have to be leaving to pick up the king. Now, you go home, and I'll have His Highness there in about an hour, and have Ellie in her nicest dress.
Oh, we'll be ready. I see you're all slicked up to meet him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's mighty handsome.
Thank you.
I don't know when I've seen a prettier ashtray. Don't let His Highness put on the feedback before he comes to the house. Granny has always said that her hog jowls is fit for a king, and now she can prove it.
No more.
Telephone call for His Royal Highness, King Alexander of Sabalia.
Put the call in here. It's for you, Alex. Yes? Oh, thank you. My new host, Miss and Mrs. Drysdale, just Robin.
Alex, why don't you stop being an international freeloader? If you'd settle down and apply yourself, you could be a first-class busboy.
I am a king, not a steward. I was supposed to be a guest on your yacht.
For the first 2 years, you were a guest. From then on, you pay for your passage.
I offered to pay. I have billions in my Swiss bank account.
You have billions of Sabalian gluttonies.
The currency of my country.
Why, this paper napkin is worth more than a gluttony. Wait a minute. It is a gluttony.
I run short of napkins. Listen, the Drysdale are just here. Please go. Huh? Oh, excuse me. Can I borrow your coat?
All right.
Ah, thank you. I shall remember your kindness when my people return me to the throne of Sabalia.
Oh, stop dreaming, Alex. You're down to sponging off bourgeois Beverly Hills bankers.
Yes, but they will know bourgeois Beverly Hills heiresses. I will marry one, and then, presto, the gluttony will again be worth something.
Well, they're worth something already. They make fabulous napkins.
Your Majesty!
Mr. and Mrs. Drysdale, you may rise.
Help me.
We are very honored to have you stay with us at our home, Your Money. Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Grace. We feel a great kinship to the aristocracy. I have very pure bloodlines, and of course, Milburn is no stranger to nobility.
Oh, thank you. That's very thoughtful.
With your permission, we will proceed home now, Your Highness.
Now, friend, help me. What a scene. Miss Hathaway will have to drive me home.
You bring His Highness in the limousine.
Of course, my dear. Excuse me, Your Highness. Speaking man to king, I've heard you're worth billions. Is that true? Quite true. Oh, really? Well, I know a family you must meet. If you like. Oh. Shall we?
His Highness will be here any minute now. Where's the young'un? You ready for him?
Don't go getting excited. What do you mean, am I ready for him?
Well, I mean like special victuals and such. It ain't every day we get to swap howdies with a king.
His Highness is going to get my ordinary company victuals, just like anybody else. Being a king don't make him no different than you or me.
All right, Granny.
You ain't going to catch me carrying on about him. He's just folks as far as I'm concerned. I ain't going to get excited or flustered or discombobulated.
All right, Granny, but I don't think you'd be making too much fuss over him if you was to put on some shoes. Take it easy.
I am. I just don't know what happened to him. I had him on just before I put my corn phone in the oven.
Granny, there's your corn phone.
Oh!
Thought you said you wasn't excited about the king coming.
I ain't.
All right, you ain't. Now, come on, so we can be out front when he comes.
All right. Don't get excited. Just wait till I put on my hat.
I'll take you to my home in a moment, Your Majesty, but first you must meet the Clampetts. It's a nice little place. Is there a Miss Clampett? Yes, and I think you'll find her most unique. Not what you'd expect from the daughter of a multimillionaire. Multi? Is that in
Dollars, drachmas, rubies, what?
Dollars. No, they're just one of my smaller accounts at the bank, 70 million or so.
70 million?
Of course, that's nothing compared to your assets.
Fortunately.
I beg pardon?
Fortunately, I have learned the common touch. I am looking forward to meeting Miss Clampett.
Oh, her name is Ellie.
Just pretend he's company from home.
It ain't the same. Jethro says the kings wear gold crowns and fur-trimmed cakes and...
Come in, come in.
Come in, Your Highness. I seem to have lost my money clip.
You see, he ain't nothing to get all boggled over.
You can say that again.
I look outside. May I present His Most Royal August Highness, King Alexander of Sabellia.
Howdy, I'm Jed Clampett.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Clampett?
Oh, no, we ain't married.
Ah, but then you must be the beautiful lady I've heard so much about. Miss Clampett? Ellie, what an exquisite creature you are. Silver-haired beauty. Ellie.
Granny, he thinks you're Ellie. Say something.
Oh.
In good time, Jed. All right. I ain't Ellie.
This here's Granny. Yonder's Ellie May.
Beauty begets beauty. The sun has given her light to the moon.
This here is the King of Sabellia, Ellie.
Well, howdy, King.
Excuse me. Call me Bobo, all my friends do.
Okay, King Bobo.
Hey, where is he? Where's the king? Where is His Highness? What'd you do with him?
That's my nephew, Jethro. He got that outfit from a movie studio, special for you.
He looks positively ludicrous.
Well, thank you. He'll be pleased.
I couldn't find your money clip.
But he did.
I missed him. He's gone, and all that's left is his royal napkin holder.
You big dope, this here is His Highness.
Him? Gee, you sure don't look like the king in my big blue book of fairy tales. Anyway, my liege.
Well, let's all go in the parlor and get acquainted.
Hello, Miss Hathaway.
Chief, where have you been? Your wife has been phoning every 5 minutes since I took her home. She thinks you kidnapped King Alexander.
For once, she's right. And he couldn't have cared less about protocol when he saw Ellie May.
Well, I hope there's no language problem.
What do you mean? Those two can speak in a universal language.
You mean love?
Money.
Milburn?
Quick, lock the door.
Hello, Uncle Milby.
Doreen, what are you doing in town?
The question to be answered is, what have you done with His Highness?
I asked first. What is she doing here?
She's my niece, and I asked her to fly here and be King Alexander's companion during his visit.
Companion? What about getting married?
You are already married.
No. She and no more. Poor little thing. She rushed into it before she was ready.
But I'm not bitter. Maybe my next husband will be Mr. Right. 7's my lucky number.
Leonard was number 7, dear. Now, what have you done with Alexander?
I think he's visiting friends.
I don't know what you're up to, Milburn. Probably something to do with his money. But Doreen is not going to let you out of her sight until she meets the king.
Right, Auntie Meg. I've never married royalty before. Unless you count the Pancake King.
You stay right here, dear. I'm going to see if His Highness is in the basement.
Doreen, why don't you fix your makeup in there? You want to look your best when you meet the king.
Oh, I sure do. How's this for openers?
You always were a shy little thing. What am I going to do? She'll wreck everything.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. We done invited King Alexander to stay over with us for a while. And I got to get you to tell me where to pick up his suitcases.
Wonderful. Thank you. There.
I know who you are.
You do?
They're looking for you.
Well, you have?
She thinks he's king. My name's Doreen. Can I be one of your friends and call you Bobo?
Shucks, you can call me Gatorface if you want to.
Bobo's okay. Why don't we get out of here and go for a ride?
All right. I see you're dressed for it.
You bet.
Let's go. Ain't nothing that turns a girl's head like a uniform.
Jed? Where's His Highness? I'm all ready to serve him and Ellie a courting dinner. I'm having groundhog goulash.
Granny, I'll try and hold up one of Vittles a mite. He just went down to the cement pond to talk to Ellie, and I never seen anybody in such a dither.
Well, after all, he's the first king Ellie ever met.
Well, it ain't her that's in the dither, it's him.
Let me look.
Hold on now. I don't want to go spying on him.
Then you wait here. I will.
You tend your business.
Oh, all right, Jed. It's just that I'm so dad-blamed excited.
I know what you mean. Thinking about Ellie getting married to a king.
I can't. It's enough to think of Ellie getting married at all.
I got to admit, it looks pretty good, though. Him accepting our invite to stay over and sending Jethro out for his bags, you know.
And we know he ain't no fortune hunter. Mr. Drysdale says he's a billionaire. I think I'll just slip out and give Ellie some advice on romance.
Granny, love will find a way. It don't need you riding point.
Ah, Ellie May. Look at these hands. These little hands.
They is kind of small for a man.
You are driving me mad.
I am?
Believe me, you are. My sweet. My angel. Ah, Ellie May.
Hey, why you always kissing hands? Ain't you never heard of kissing on the lips?
Ellie.
Rory, I hope I didn't hurt you.
Why did you do that?
Well, 'cause Granny said to when it's the first date, and it ain't a good night kiss.
Then it was not your idea.
Heck no, I like kissing. Mustn't disobey Granny.
Then your hand will do nicely.
Would you mind switching? This one's getting awfully chapped.
Well, here we are. This is the Drysdale place.
I thought you owned all sorts of fabulous sports cars.
Oh, no, just this one.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, now I'll pick you up right here for our date tonight.
But I thought you were staying here, too.
Oh, heck no. Already live next door.
Oh, that's a break. What are we going to be doing tonight?
Oh, I got some real big plans. We's gonna go frog hunting.
Frog hunting? But you're the king.
Yeah, I am pretty good at it.
Sure aren't what I expected. This truck and frog hunting tonight. And as for your famous wit, I've only seen half of it.
Thank you. I ain't even warmed up yet.
Well, till tonight.
Yeah, and where's some old shoes? Thank you.
Never seen the like, Jed. Best courting dinner I ever served up. And that king never touched a bite. How can any man pass up groundhog goulash, baked buzzard eggs, and minced crawdads?
Well, maybe you just don't like rich food.
Beginning to wonder about him. How can you trust a fella that don't like fricassee of barn owl?
I wouldn't fault the king, Granny. The way he tells it, all Sabellians has tetchy stomachs.
What you mean?
Well, he says nobody in his country eats very good. Is all suffering from something called, inflated gluttony?
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. I heard you were staying, so I dropped by with your luggage.
I'm sorry that there is so much of it. I am carrying several suitcases full of currency.
Oh, really? Oh, of course, with your kind of money, I suppose a suitcase full here and there doesn't amount to much, huh?
With my kind of money, you are absolutely right.
So if you're staying here, Why don't you let me keep it for you at my bank?
Very well. Why don't you open an account for me with the money in these two, huh?
Wonderful. And do you want me to contact your Swiss bank for the balance?
Well, perhaps after Ellie and I are married.
You're getting married?
I am mad about her. Unfortunately, her enthusiasm for the idea does not equal mine.
Well, just how much enthusiasm does she have?
Roughly speaking, none.
She can't refuse you. You're the king of Siberia.
I know. But to use her exact words, she said, that don't cut no mustard with me.
Well, pardon me, Your Highness. Maybe it's because you're not acting enough like a king.
What?
Well, I mean, don't you have a uniform you can impress her with, a crown or a cape or something like that?
Of course, but do you think that will make much difference?
Oh, howdy, my lady. Mr. Drysdale, somebody left these suitcases on the front porch.
They belong to His Highness. Thank you, Jethro.
Well, thank you. That niece of yours sure took a shine to me. I don't know what done it. Either my uniform or my personal poise and magnetism.
Maybe it would help to wear my cape and crown.
Here we are, Miss Hathaway. King Alexander's first deposit.
In cash?
There must be $100,000 in each of these. He's got $3 billion more. Wait a minute. What's this stuff?
It's Sibelian currency. King Alexander's a billionaire, all right, in gluttony.
Well, it must be convertible to dollars. Look it up in the exchange rate.
I am. Let's see. Francs, guilders, glutonies. Yes, they're worth 4 to the dollar.
Well, that's still almost $1 billion.
No, Chief, the rate is 4 tons of glutonies to the dollar. Wait, there's a footnote. This rate is good only during world paper shortages. The rest of the time, they're absolutely worthless. Chief! Oh, don't take it so hard. You're not out anything.
I may be out the Clampetts. That royal thief is up there right now sweeping Ellie off her feet, and I told him how.
That's the gluttony.
Maybe we're not too late.
Ellie May, I am a king. I offer you a life of complete luxury. Never again will you wear blue jeans. You will always be at the height of fashion. Only the nobility will speak to you. They will call you Your Majesty.
King.
Silence. Servants will wait on you hand and foot. You will drink vintage wine and eat gourmet food. You will do no work. You will sleep till noon every day. You will lack for nothing. Now say you accept.
I'm sorry, King, but it sounds just awful.
You are refusing me?
Yes, Your Majesty.
But I ain't.
What?
I was listening to the whole thing, and boy, that's a lot for me. Oh, hi, Doreen.
There's the king. He's the one that took me for the ride.
He took you for a ride, all right. That's Jethro. There's the real king. Your Majesty.
Doreen, I gotta break our date tonight. I'm going to Siberia to live a life of luxury.
Drysdale, madame, I'm afraid I must say goodbye. The yacht I came in is sailing in 2 hours.
Hot dog, I'll get packed.
But you can't leave. You haven't gotten to know Doreen yet.
Oh, forget it, Aunt Meg. I am going back to Boston. Jethro was bad enough, but this one looks like something out of the big blue book of fairy tales.
Doreen! Oh, forgive her, Your Majesty. She's really lovely and single.
Is she by any chance rich?
Well, she's gotten 7 divorce settlements.
Wait, mademoiselle, wait! I will make you my queen!
Well, this is the last of the court and dinner leftovers.
Ellie, hope you don't feel too bad about the king leaving and chasing back to Boston.
Well, heck no. I never did love him. And when he put on that crown and got so uppity, well, I didn't even like him.
Leastways, he said we could have his suitcases. I can hardly wait to see what's in them.
I already looked, and every one was filled with nothing but paper napkins.
But they're nice ones. Well, tuck them in and let's eat.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.